Hi, thank you for tuning into the Faceless Podcast. I go by the name of Shepherd. My friends call me Sheps. Call me what you want, as long as it's not I'll most likely respond. Now, this video is going to be slightly different. Normally I have my little book of notes here where I'll just have like a brief overview of the subject matter so that I can kind of go into just kind of make sure trying to listen to some of your feedback in terms of not repeating myself too much and just making sure I've got coherent points, that my points are going somewhere. As you probably notice, I talk too much, so and I go off tangents a lot. So I'm just trying to make sure that with the video that you see is an accurate reflection of the points that I was trying to make, or the whatever the title of the video is. But for this topic, I haven't done that. The reason being, I don't think it's going to be as long of a video. And again, it's something that's it's a video that I'm making more out of frustration than anything else, really. And the issue that I want to discuss, or what the name of the video most likely will be Your Voice Matters. And this is especially going out to those who feel disenfranchised, those who feel like they're not listened to, or they're unheard in all walks of life. There is a popular narrative right now that you yourself cannot do anything. Your voice does not matter. What is the point in you speaking up? And I'm seeing that a lot, and it hurts. Let me not lie to you guys. It does hurt because that's not how I got raised. That's not how I grew up. That's not how my closest friends, that's not how they were raised. We've always grown up knowing that your voice matters, and because it matters, be careful of what you say. Number one, mean what you say. Number two, and use your voice. Number three. So where am I going with this? Like I said, I apologize. It's going to be a little bit all over the place. What I'm tired of is seeing. Okay, let me break this up into a few. So, specifically speaking about the black community, I'm tired of seeing successful black people telling poor black people or less successful black people that you cannot make it. Your voice does not matter. The system is rigged against you. Effectively, that's what they're trying to say. Your voice does not matter. When you hear the systematic racism that's keeping you down, when you hear the white man's evil, they're keeping you down, when you hear there's no point in voting because it doesn't count anyway, everything's rigged, what they're trying to say is your voice matters. Your voice doesn't matter, sorry. That's what they're trying to say. Your voice doesn't matter. There's no point in you making a stand for what you believe in. There's no point in you formulating your own viewpoints, because what you think, your voice does not matter. I highly disagree with that point. I personally believe every single one of your voices matters. Every single one of your voices has got the ability to affect change in our community. And because it does, it is our responsibility to make sure that we're effectively using our voices. And when I say voices, I don't just mean speaking. I don't just mean speaking on a public platform like this. I also mean when it comes to voting. Because your voice matters, it is on you to do the research in politics and what affects your local community. Because your voice matters, it is on you to put in that research. Stop believing what these people are telling you when they're telling you what you think does not count. It counts. It is a tool that's being used for them to maintain power. I'll give you an example. So, in a situation where I need to maintain power, but I don't really want to have to work for it, the best thing that I can do is immobilize or make the people that give me the power dependent on me. That's the best way I could do it. So I'll give you another example. If I've got one eye, the best way for me to lead everyone is to tell everyone, close your eyes, and as soon as they close their eyes, tell them, you're blind. You cannot see anymore. Effectively, this is what you're being told. You've been told, close your eyes, and once you've closed your eyes, you've been told you're blind. You've lost the ability to see. Not that open your eyes and you can see again, it's you're now blind. You've lost that ability to see. Now, me with the one eye, I now lead everyone. Because even though I've got a defective eye, the one that can see is better than your two eyes that are closed. So when I'm now telling you that there's the boogeyman over there, you have to take my word for it. When I'm now telling you that this situation over there is causing us harm, you have to take my word for it. Anyone who opens their eyes and they talk out and they say, actually, this person's lying to us, guys, open your eyes, I'll call you crazy. He's lost his mind, guys. You're all blind. He's lost his mind. Now, I might be the person that's opened their eyes, and you might tell me I've lost my mind. The reason this video won't have a structure, I won't be going through point by point like that, is because I feel like it just needs to come raw. It needs to come raw. Your voice matters, guys, and I'll repeat this. One of the main reasons, one of my friends asked me the other day, even though he said he watched the video, I don't believe he's watched the first video, because I fully explained the reason for this podcast. But as my brother, I love him anyway. He asked me, so why is it called the Faceless Podcast if your face is on it? And I said, the reason it's called the Faceless Podcast is because it doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is what's up here. What matters is what comes out of here. What I'm trying to tell people by me doing this is your voice matters. I am no one. I am a nobody. All I've done is put some time and effort into researching. I've gone from being on the left, like I mentioned in my previous videos, to now I judge it as I see it. Now I'm not just blindly following. I'm looking at things. There might be a decision where I might vote on the left. There might be a decision where I vote on the right. But I'm looking at them as I see them. I now probably stand closer to my moral compass, which is, obviously I'm a Christian, than I ever did. Because I'm not following blindly anymore. And the reason I even had the belief to do this was because of people telling me your voice matters. People telling me what you do counts. And that's the message that I want to spread. That's the message that I want to give in this video. Stop letting people tell you you can't achieve anything. Your voice matters. So what I believe you need to do, and I'm speaking in a black community, I'm speaking at community at large. If you feel disenfranchised, if you feel like no one cares about you in terms of what's affecting your local community, what's affecting you personally, you need to speak up. There are different ways of doing it. You can speak up using your money. So by that I mean stop supporting businesses that disagree with your moral values. It's a capitalist society, free market, you're allowed to do so. It might be a little bit difficult because if that's all you got, that's all you got. But you might have to bite the bullet and go, you know what? I might have to go walk a little bit further to the shops than go to the ones that are local because I disagree with how Bossman's treating people. That's one way to be heard. Another way to be heard, start paying attention into what's happening in your community. Speak to your neighbours. You might have an issue that's been bothering you for 16 years that's a non-issue to your neighbour. Speak to your neighbours. Get to know your neighbours. Your voice would be heard. You'd be surprised how much you've got in common. And by your neighbours, I don't just mean the people that live either side of you. I mean the community. That's how you get your voice heard. You make a change in your community. Learn politics. You don't have to become proficient in it, but just learn enough to be able to, before you vote, look at the policies. Don't look at, do I like Mr. Joe Bloggs or not? Look at the policies. How do they impact your life? Because trust me, with these politicians, once they start realizing you're paying attention, you're holding them to account, when they don't deliver what they promised they will not get back in office, they will be knocking on your door asking you, Mr. and Mrs., what's troubling you? How can I help? They will be on your door because their careers depend on it. Your voice matters. Start paying attention to things like that. If there's something you're not happy about that's happening in the local community, how do you affect change? And that's what's important. Stop believing this narrative where these people that have made it are telling you the only way you can survive in this world is by supporting and funding them. There's people out here that are benefiting off you thinking that your voice is not important. There are loads of ways to get your voice heard, guys. Loads of ways. Stand up for what you believe in. What I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a lot of people, because of what's going on with the super leftist narrative at the moment, I'm seeing a lot of people who agree in the fact that they disagree with some of the points being pushed by the leftist narrative at the moment, but they're scared because they think they're on their own when you're not on your own. But if you spoke up, if everyone spoke up, then we would know that our voice matters. I refuse to be bullied into conforming. I refuse. I refuse to be bullied into agreeing with the call me not black if you want, because I disagree with maybe what someone else is saying. I do not care. You will not bully me like that. Take everything away. I do not care. You will not bully me like that, because my voice matters. And I firmly believe that. I'm not speaking about things that I don't believe. Now, that's the message that I'm trying to get out to everyone, regardless of your position of power, regardless of how you feel like you've been dealt a hard start to life. Your voice does matter. So do think about, number one, what you put out in the world in terms of your thoughts, your opinions. Do you think through them? Because you could be affecting someone's life. Number two, do not get bullied into conforming. Like, I see this, and this is another contentious issue, people taking a knee saying it's solidarity. But a lot of people are not taking that knee because they agree. They're scared of what the repercussions if they don't take that knee. If you disagree with stand up. Like, if it was me personally, if I was a Premier League footballer right now, I'll be standing. Because you're not about to tell me I don't care about black lives. You're not about to tell me that I'm not black. But you're also not about to tell me that I have to conform to how you see the world for me to be a good person. I'll be standing. I only kneel when I pray. I kneel to my maker when I pray. The rest of the time, I'm not kneeling to no one. And that's even speaking from a metaphorical basis as well, because obviously, being Zimbabwean, we all know the culture. You're not speaking to elders. Standing up is a sign of respect. That shows you how important that taking that knee is. Do not be bullied into going along with things that you do not agree with. because you're only adding fuel to the fire. Your voice matters. Same way the people that were protesting, they had points they were protesting, what their voice matters. I could disagree with them, but their voice matters. If you disagree with that, speak up. Your voice also matters, and I will keep that short. I've been speaking for a long time, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to put out. I apologize the fact that it's been a bit sporadic, it's been a bit all over the place, but I feel like this message had to get out there. Your voice does matter. You can achieve. This is not a motivational speech. I'm not a motivational speaker. I won't be having a workout video coming out. I won't be having a motivational book coming out. This is the truth. Thank you for listening to the Faceless Podcast. I go by the name of Sheps or Shepherd. I've messed this up. I'm too emotional, guys. I'm too emotional right now. But that's not to detract from my earlier video when I was talking about don't let your emotions be used. Because I thought this through. The reason I'm emotional is because the conclusion that I've reached from rationalizing these viewpoints gets me angry. But this is a rational thought, and I hope you can see that through the video. So let me try this outro one more time. This is going to be unedited. I'd like you to see me for who I am, warts and all. Thank you for listening to the Faceless Podcast. I go by the name of Shepherd. My friends call me Sheps. Call me whatever you want, as long as it's not oi. Have a blessed day. Like, share, subscribe. We'll meet again on another day. Have a good day.